Hello everyone and welcome back to CJ Explores. Today we're in the Scenic Rim once again to hike Mount Mitchell. If you saw a couple of weeks ago, we hiked Mt Cordeaux and we said we would come back to hike Mount Mitchell, and here we are. So it's in the Main Range National Park. We've never done this hike before, but it sounds like it's pretty easy to do and it's going to be very rewarding. So let's go. Okay, we're just saddling up. It's quite busy here, the car park is full, but we have got our stuff for a picnic. We got our bags packed, we have water and food, and we're going to cross the road and head over to the Mount Mitchell trailhead. If you want to do Mt Cordeaux, you head towards the gap in the range, and the path is just to the left of the Cunningham Highway.
10.2k this one is. It's a bit longer than I thought, but good job we have our picnic.
How's your trip? So the first part of the track, as you get up off the highway, reveals some pretty epic views already. Looking back to Lake Mugara and down onto the valley below. So you can only imagine what it's going to be like as we get higher, and we can see more 360-degree views hopefully from the top of Mount Mitchell. Getting hot.
Yeah, it's much hotter than I thought it was going to be today. Which I guess is good, but I've overdressed.
It's a pretty straightforward track, the first part of it at least, and we're just going through some pretty bare trees. I imagine that in the summer these will probably be full of leaves, but right now, as we're in autumn, they seem to have lost a lot of their coverage. Pretty flat for now as we make our way towards the climb.
Yeah, I guess that's the summit.
Wow.
That is my picnic spot.
Let's go.
Very nice view of Mt Cordeaux from here. This is definitely a much more open path. In comparison to Mt Cordeaux, it's very sheltered, in the forest, but here it's very open. This path is quite overgrown though. It's a lot of brushing against the legs, walking through the trail. I had my jumper on my summer backpack and it's just gone and caught all the overhanging.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
I really like this jumper. We're more than halfway. I think we're done about 3k so far. It's on the final hurdle.
It does feel like we're starting to get somewhere now. It's opening up a little bit more. I can still see a bit of a hill next to us, so it might be a steep climb, but we've probably done about 3k, Charlotte reckons, and that leaves 2 to go. So we've just come across what we think was a red belly black. I'm not 100% sure. I just saw it as it slithered away into the bush. It definitely had a reddy orange belly, and it was like a grey top. A little small snake, but nonetheless a little bit exciting. Okay, we're around the south side of the mountain now, which faces back towards Warwick, out this direction here. and it's definitely a lot cooler. The sun doesn't hit here, I guess for the whole day, and it is wet too. Wet from the recent rain we've had in Brisbane, but it's much nicer than being in the direct sunlight. Though I think we will be very much basking in the sun when we get to have our picnic and take our backpacks off, because our backs are still very sweaty.
I'm just really liking these flowers. I think they're really pretty. This area, I guess the south side, is it we're at?
Yeah, going around the south of the mountain.
It's really pretty. It's much more, yeah, it's more rocky. There's some really nice wildflowers. It's cooler. It's kind of different perspective of the range that we've not seen before. I really love it.
Really Jurassic here. It's really cool. Got these massive thick vines that must have been growing for hundreds of years. They just seem like tree trunks nearly laying on the ground, covered in moss. And I think we're going to come around the eastern side of the mountain now. Seems like we're just going in circles around it. Alright, we have just come up some stairs into a bit of a cliff drop here on the side, but we can see Mt Cordeaux. Where is it? Right there. And we're just coming around the cliffside. I think we're nearly at the top, it feels like. Yeah, I'm starting to think that the summit isn't worth hanging around for. We might have made a mistake bringing a picnic here. because people that have just passed us coming up, they're coming straight back down. But hopefully there's a spot where we can sit and have a rest.
There is little picnic spots, not quite as wide as like the Mt Cordeaux topping. We can kind of just spread out a blanket, but I think that's a pretty good picnic spot if you ask me.
Alright, we're going to sit right here on the edge of the summit and have our lunch. I'm glad we've got a little picnic spot. Got a good view of the road, and Brisbane's out there. You can just see everything from up here. It's a very good view.
We've got some guacamole, some little cherry tomatoes, and some rice crackers. Yummy yum. Okay, so it's kind of like a summit like Mt Cordeaux. You're not actually at the very tippy top,
but we're at a good spot here, which you can see both sides, north and south, and out to the east, the Gold Coast hinterlands again. It's a very cool spot. We are going to head back down now. It's pretty hot. What time is it, Shah?
11:45.
11:45, so we're in that middle of the day, very hot sun. Probably take us a couple of hours to get down, maybe?
No.
Maybe an hour? But yeah, very nice up there. We were just struggling with the heat a little bit, so we are heading back down to the shadowy south side of Mount Mitchell.
I think it's a really nice hike. I think the view's amazing. I do like the kind of like the platform better in Mt Cordeaux. You can have a bit more space and you can kind of like, I don't know, lay out yourself a bit more. This is a bit more rocky, but still great views. There's 5 black cockatoos up there. We saw them a bit earlier on and they were like peeling all the bark off the tree and eating all the insects. And now they're just hanging out and making some noise.
One of the highlights for me on our walks is seeing all the animals, all the Australian wildlife that we come across on the trails, and today has been no different. We have seen a red-bellied black snake, we've seen black cockatoos, we've seen these beat birds. I don't know what they're called, we just call them the beat birds because they sound like a GoPro beeping. Last week we saw an echidna for the first time, so that was exciting. And it's just always interesting to see Australian wildlife out in the wild. And we did also see a lizard living on the edge of the cliff and sunbathing in the sun where we had our lunch. So a few ticks today of Australian wildlife and some more to come, I'm sure, on our next adventures.
Now we just need to cross this busy road. Definitely get here early. I can't believe how busy it is now. Early afternoon and everyone's parking all the way down the road. It's crazy. All finished. We have done quite a few of the walks here, but we have one more to go and that's to a waterfall and it's called Gap Creek Falls.
Alright guys, that is where we're going to end today's vlog, so thank you for watching.
And we'll see you guys next week where we go and explore somewhere else, so leave some recommendations below or places in South East Queensland and we'll add them to the list.
Bye.